Boom, here we are. We made it home. We have been traveling, but we didn't want to miss, what is it, Paul? Season 6, you say? It is. Season 6, episode 12, in case you are keeping track at home, which we are at home. Trying to keep track. Folks, it's been a whirlwind. We just got back from Florida, Tampa to be exact. So to all my friends and peeps, cohorts, all that we were just with, I hope you made it back safely. And we are ready. And here's what I thought while I was in Florida. I thought, Paul, because that's what I call myself, Paul, what would be a great drink for tonight? So I was like, there's got to be some Florida cocktails. And believe me, there are. The problem is we've made about every Florida cocktail. What are the Florida cocktails? Well, the Rum Runner is credited to Florida. Mojito, they not from Florida, but Florida likes to claim the mojito. The Fuzzy Navel, remember when we did that one? Mm-hmm. So lo and behold, as I'm going through, there's a lot of talk about the daiquiri, and I'll explain why. But then it ties into this. There is La Florida. La Florida is a cocktail, and we're bringing it to you tonight because it's, Florida. I mean, it's right there in the name. Here we go, folks. It's season 6, episode 12. Blue Monkey Quarantine, only business, monkey business, and cocktails. Why don't we ever say that? We do have cocktails. Anyway, come on, people, let's go. Let's make something special. Or a cocktail. Hey, or a cat.
She's my co-producer.
Co-producer on stage.
She's getting ready. She's getting in position.
Well, there you go.
She helps me run the camera, so I had to get her in position.
Cameras are working. Whoa, the new mic test is working. We have a pre-game cocktail. I don't know we need much more, do we, Sean?
I don't know that we do.
I don't either. But here we are, folks. Yeah, we're bringing you the Quarantine La Florida cocktail. So let me give you the scoop on this. We've got to go back, and I'm talking way back. We're going back to like the 1930s prohibition type cocktail. And we've got a special bartender. The bartender is none other than Constantine Ribalagua. Constantine Ribalagua. We'll call him Constantine because I have a lot of trouble with the last name. But so Constantine.
I don't know. I think I want to hear you keep saying that all
Constantine
night.
is working at a bar. Not just any bar. He's working at the El Floridita. So let me tie it all together to you. So first of all, the El Floridita, this bar goes back even before 1930. This goes back to 1817 when this bar was known as La Piña de Plata, which means silver pineapple. You're welcome. And then in 1914, Constantine Ribalagua, you're welcome. Constantine starts working at the bar. And as he's working there, and the reason I say the bar is because about 1914, he starts working there, but in 1918, he buys it. And it's around that same time, a lot of people from the States who are coming to visit from North America that are coming in, they love this place. And they are suggesting that he calls it the Florida. And so it becomes El Floridita in 1918. So here we are now, and fast forward, 1931, Constantine basically creates none other than the daiquiri. Now, there's a lot of debate who made the first daiquiri, how it came about. Here's what we know. He was the Cuban champion of the daiquiri. He perfected it. So the daiquiri is a very simple drink. It is rum, lime juice, and sugar. And that's about it. But he created a few versions, and that is because none other than I mean, this can't be better a story because so far I've got rum, which we love. We have daiquiris, we love. And enter the picture, 1932. Guess who visits the bar? Papa. Yeah. Ernest Hemingway, to those who aren't familiar, but yes, none other than Papa. See, Papa falls in love with the bar and the daiquiri there. And it is Constantine who basically fine tunes and creates the daiquiri that we know and love today. But to be very fair, Constantine actually created several daiquiris. He created the ones that we know most are one daiquiri number 4, which is known as the El Floridita. And that is basically when you take rum, that's not rum, rum. When you take rum, yeah, I know, we're not even drinking yet, lime juice, but instead of using sugar, you use maraschino liqueur. That's this fun bottle here that if you buy a bottle of, you'll have it for a long time, probably. And then, so that's what Hemingway fell in love with. The problem is Hemingway had some diseases, including borderline diabetic, so he couldn't have sugar. So Constantine also created daiquiri number 3, which became known as the Hemingway, still known as the Hemingway daiquiri. And that's where you replace all of the sugar and you only use the maraschino and then you use grapefruit juice. So that is what the Hemingway daiquiri is. Paul, why are you talking about these? Well, I'm talking about these because there could be some confusion. Because when you try to find the La Florida cocktail, what you will run into is the Floridita daiquiri because he did both. But we've done the daiquiri, we've done the Hemingway, we've done the Floridita, we've even done the Papa Double, which is basically where you double the ingredients, double the rum, because he was the man. Side note, he drank 17. That's the record. They said he at one point, at one sitting, drank 17 daiquiris. That's powerful. Anyway, but I don't want to get it confused with the cocktail tonight, which is the La Florida, which was also created by Constantine, and this was actually the house cocktail. He ended up publishing this in a book in 1935 called the Bar La Florida Cocktails. It's kind of a manual of all the cocktails that he had done and that he used. And it included this house cocktail. For goodness sakes, Paul, will you just make the cocktail? I sure will, people. Here we go. Ice. Coming in. This is a fun drink because it's kind of almost got a tiki-esque kind of flavors to it. So we're starting with rum. 1 ounce per. Oh boy. This is, you want to use a light white rum. Oh. Still some left. So 1 ounce per, so 2 ounces total.
Looks like we are date with the liquor store.
Yeah, it's coming up. And then so you're gonna see that this has got some reminiscence right now of a daiquiri. Again, that's why they're kind of all together. Because now we're gonna go with lime juice. 1 ounce lime juice per. Well, we're gonna make it work.
Come on, use that juicer to the nth. The producer did not buy enough citrus.
2 ounces total, 1 ounce each. Lime juice, just enough. Good job. And then, so here's a fun thing. The other fun thing about his cocktails, there were a lot of misprints of his cocktails. And one of the reasons was the lime juice. And the reason there were misprints is because in his recipes, he would write lemon verde, as in literally translated, lemon verde means green lemon. So you'll see recipes where they'll call for lemon juice, and it's not. That was just a very bad translation. It meant lime, green lemon. It's a lime. Anyway, by the way, are we working? Are the cameras? That's awesome. So get this, sweet vermouth.
That's the part. That
I know, I know. I believe me. I've read this a few times.
quite frankly, I'm impressed that we have like
I know
good sweet vermouth. That is not the vermouth that we.
1 ounce. So it's a ½ ounce per. So 1 ounce total. Then 1/4 ounce of creme de cacao. So 1/4 ounce. That's ½ ounce total. Again, you're gonna see some of these like this. You're getting into some of these like kind of tiki-esque type flavors. And then here's another one we're throwing at you. Curacao.
Please, not blue.
Not blue. Teaspoon, which is a bar spoon in case you're trying to measure at home. So 1 teaspoon of Curacao. And one more. And then, final ingredient, Grenadine. And again, Grenadine, make it at home. It's pomegranate syrup and sugar, 1-to-1 ratio. That's what pomegranate or Grenadine really is. And 1, 2, right? And then you're going to shake. By the way, all Constantine's cocktails, like his daiquiris, all shaken. It said to shake it until you can't hold the tin anymore. 1 to 2 minutes is what he would say you have to shake for. So we're going to shake it just for a little bit, give it a nice cool. Meanwhile, in another glass, we're chilling our coupe glasses back to freezing our hand off. That's cold. I'm not gonna lie. That was a lot of coldness. There we go. We're gonna pretend that those have had a chance to really chill. Oh, it smells nice. I don't know if you can smell it yet, but it's really got a nice kind of a fruit flavor to it.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that nice? Lovely, right? So I mentioned that it has a tiki-esque.
Flamingo pink.
Yeah, I mentioned it's got a tiki-esque kind of flavors to it. Trader Vic actually also published this in one of his cocktail books. So there's something to be said with the fact that there is some tiki-ness to it. By the way, the other thing that Constantine was known for is he actually brought Emergency to Cuba. So Emergency, Cuba bound, thanks to Constantine and our show. So we'll just a little this, a little this, and then garnish. You can do an orange wheel, or if you're lucky enough to have a wife that dehydrates fruit, you can just plop a dehydrated orange wheel right on top. That's lovely. Oh,
nice.
Boom. There it is. All right. Now let's see what we got here. All right. It smells delicious. Oh, yes. Oh, that's great. So, I mean, so I was really trying to taste the vermouth.
Yeah.
And there is a little bit of a, kind of a bit of almost a wine. You can kind of get a little sense of it. But honestly, the tartness and sweetness, I'm bringing this in over here.
I was getting rid of that.
Hold on, a little cheers. There it is. Action. I'll put that right there. Look at this. Yeah. What do you think? Oh, we didn't.
Chink.
Here we go.
It does have a tiki taste to it.
Oh my God, that's delicious. What do you think?
I like that very much.
So,
there's a lot going on in that.
That it is.
Multi-layered.
And again, almost again, back to that tiki. So a lot of tiki drinks have a lot of built layers.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew what he was doing here. I mean, you kind of have that little bit of a nutty flavor. Yep. I think that's the...
Taste the Curacao.
Yep.
I think the vermouth smooths it out.
I don't disagree. I think you're right. I mean, that's fantastic. La Florida. So not to be confused with the Floridita, which is basically just another daiquiri. So basically the house cocktail of El Floridita. Funny story about El Floridita. You know that bar is still there today.
No.
Still there, still in operation. Bucket list. Go to Cuba. Go to this bar. 1953, the El Floridita was named, Esquire magazine, named it one of the 7 most famous bars in the world. In 1992, not that long ago, it was labeled a 5-star diamond best bar in the world. And as recent as 2003, in my 8 minutes of research, they had just put in a statue, life-size, of Papa.
Aww.
And you can go and sit by him at the bar.
How awesome.
Is that not incredible?
We need to get this diamond list.
Right?
Make sure that we check those off.
Oh. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I recommend this one.
Very tropical.
It is. And I thought it was perfect, since we traveled to all the states recently. See how I did that? See how I tied it?
I was wondering.
You were wondering how I'm going to get the shirt in?
Yeah.
Like we did states.
How that was going to tie. Although.
Where'd you go? I went to some states. I could have drawn a picture of Florida on it, and then it would have been Florida states. But no, this sums up the Florida, though, right?
Yeah.
There it is.
There you go.
All right, people. There you go. That's your Sunday quarantine cocktail show. The Quarantine La Florida. Not bad.
It's a good one.
Not bad. All right, people. Have a good week. Enjoy it. We'll see you next Sunday, maybe. We got to figure that one out. Yeah, we might be volleyballing it.
We got time.
We got time. All right. Peace out. Love y'all. Till next time. Cheers.